Let's set out on a journey together, one that stretches the limits of what you believe is possible. This video invites you to step through a doorway that leads beyond your everyday reality. It's more than a passage. It's an opening into a space where you can discover your own truth, your own essence, and who you truly are. Have you ever wondered if it's possible to leave the body? Or questioned whether what we call reading minds, or even the reality we experience, might just be an illusion? Decades ago, the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States, asked these very same questions. And their conclusion was startling. Yes. In 2003, the CIA publicly released a collection of materials, including a 37-page document titled The Gateway Experience and 11 accompanying audio recordings. Among the key contributors to this project was Itzhak Bentov, a researcher with a mystical outlook. His goal was to ground mystical experiences in science and evaluate whether techniques like hypnosis or mind control could be harnessed for intelligence purposes during the Cold War. As soon as the CIA began uncovering what they believed were the secrets of the universe, their first instinct was to see how such knowledge might be used as a weapon. Yet the real treasure lies in the fact that the contents of these documents are now accessible to the public. In other words, you too can now learn how to move beyond ordinary reality by reshaping your perception. How does that happen? It starts by understanding the underlying fabric of the universe itself. According to the CIA, three key concepts frame this understanding: quantum mechanics, theoretical physics, and consciousness. Together, these build a bridge between the material and the spiritual, allowing seemingly mystical experiences to be examined through a scientific lens. The initial techniques mentioned in the document, hypnosis, transcendental meditation, and biofeedback, may sound familiar. They all aim at altering or expanding consciousness. The Gateway Experience, however, goes further. It's a structured system for training your brain to synchronize its focus, harmony, and wave frequencies. By practicing it, you can gain access to layers of intuitive knowledge embedded within the universe. What makes the program unique is a technique called hemisync. This process synchronizes the right and left hemispheres of the brain, merging them into a single, unified energy system. The result is a state of consciousness that transcends time and space, once rare, now accessible to anyone willing to train. At this point, the CIA's material shifts to more practical exercises. One of the simplest is called the energy conversion box. It's a mental technique designed to clear your mind before entering a new state. You close your eyes, imagine a sturdy box with a heavy lid, and mentally place your worries, stress, and distractions inside. Close the lid. Your mind is now clear, open, and ready to experience. The documents also describe the holographic nature of the universe. Everything, ourselves included, is made of interacting energy fields forming a vast, complex hologram. Each of us is like a node within this universal network of consciousness. At its highest level, everything blends into everything else, a state some might call divine or sacred consciousness. What we think of as matter is, according to these reports, nothing more than concentrations of vibrating energy. Even the brain, the CIA papers suggest, does not produce consciousness, but receives it, acting as a temporary station rather than a source. When this station goes quiet and sensory input subsides, doors to higher knowledge open. To leave the body, the documents say, three conditions must be met: inner silence, hemispheric synchronization, and a rise in mental frequency. Achieve these, and while your body remains still, your consciousness begins to travel beyond its boundaries. This is where the Gateway Experience becomes not just a practice, but a transformation. By raising your vibrational state, you align yourself with universal knowledge. Energy follows attention, and consciousness flows wherever that energy is directed. Over time, you don't just interact with reality, you become part of it, synchronizing with the universal hologram itself. In this state, time is no longer a straight line, but a field. Past, present, and future exist simultaneously, accessible through resonance with the right frequency. Mystics have long said the same thing. You are not a fragment of the universe. You are the universe, not a drop, but the ocean itself. Understanding this doesn't just expand your mind, it dismantles your perceived limits. You stop identifying solely as a body or an identity. You begin to see yourself as consciousness, an intense form of energy capable of shaping your life, your past, your future, even your fear of death. According to these documents, miracles, magic, and supernatural events are simply natural laws operating at a higher energy level. When seen from that perspective, the unseen becomes visible, the hidden revealed, and your consciousness flows into the limitless, universal stream. You are energy. This energy is guided by your thoughts. Consciousness is the creative force of the universe, and you are its extension. If you're ready to open a door for yourself, this is the door.